Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Seminar. I hope you are doing great. Seeing a video from a Latino woman who is married to a white man, think that she can bait with a black kid. I see what you are doing, madam, because I know how you people operate. You guys are always looking for validation. Why are you still explaining to us that Trump is working? Why do you have to come and tell us that he is working? We have eyes. Black people have eyes. They have ears. They can see. They can also speak. They know what it's going on. So you don't have to come and use a black baby to tell us that he is doing a great job and he is working. Enough. You heard me right. Enough. We see where you're coming from. We know what you're up to. Right? So stop. Why would you speak up on the right thing? I am not a moral judge, but I know what she is doing because she is Latino. She's Hispanic, right? And the husband is white. So why would she speak against the husband's will? That is all I can sense from everything going on around her. And why are you mentioning Kamala Harris' name when that woman is not even on seat? You think Trump is doing a great job. I see the kind of person you are. You see these people that cannot speak up when something is wrong. They are part of the problem. But I do not expect anything great from you because I can see it on your forehead. Let's get into this video.
I don't give a fuck about your guys' complaints about the National Guard coming into these cities to make them safer. Let me tell you why.
Like how peaceful Memphis is ever since the National Guard came. There was a lot of things I couldn't do before the National Guard came because I had to worry a lot about guns and stuff.
This little boy could not even go outside to play because he was more concerned that somebody was going to have a gun and that he may catch a stray bullet. Now, I don't know about you, but I like my kids to be able to play outside. I like for it to be safe. Children need sunlight. They need exercise. They need energy. And they are not even feeling comfortable enough to go outside. This right here is exactly what we fought for. This is exactly what we voted for. And this is exactly what we wanted. For children like this to feel safe in their own communities. So to everybody out there screaming, crying, don't send the National Guard, don't send ICE, don't send this, don't send that. Worry about the fucking kids. Worry about the kids. That's what we're worried about. We are not out here worried about trying to protect criminals, let illegals into our country so they can vote. We are worried about the next generation. And you know what? If you guys actually got your priorities straight for just a fucking second, maybe you would have a chance at, well, I don't know, winning an election again. But you guys are not America first. You guys are America last, everybody else first. This is no longer fair politics, but we will continue to be out here fighting for the America's not divided because Republicans are mean. America's divided because one side cheers as a teacher acts like she's getting assassinated in the neck like Charlie Kirk. And then she gets to keep her job. Yesterday's so-called No Kings protest proved it. They don't even know what the hell they're protesting. We don't have kings, but what do we get? A Chicago school teacher reenacting Charlie Kirk getting shot. A crowd chanting Bella Ciao, which is a saying that was carved onto a bullet that was used to assassinate him. Protesters mocking his wife's pain. Which heals faster, Trump's ear or Erica's heart? A billboard honoring Charlie ripped down and covered with smashing fascism. And yet somehow Republicans are the problem. That's insanity. That's gaslighting. This isn't a protest. This is performance art for broken people. It's not resistance. It's obsession. You want me to see eye to eye with that? Absolutely no, not never. You don't get to scream political violence, destroy tributes, and still try to pretend you're fighting for unity. Here's the truth. America is going to stay divided as long as this garbage is excused. As long as the left, they mock death, celebrate injuries, tears down memorials while still blaming conservatives for division. They're not falling for it anymore. Yeah, I'll say it. I'm done. Done pretending both sides are the same because we absolutely are not. Unpretending unity is even possible when one side cheers bullets and the other side says, ew, that's disgusting. That's why this country will never be united again. And it's not because of us, it's Kamala, why are you so concerned with Donald Trump? This new Fox News interview that she just did yesterday, the only thing this woman can continue to mention is, well, Donald Trump this and Donald Trump that and Donald Trump this and Donald Trump that. I hate to break it to you, but you're also a candidate in this race and you're trying to convince people to vote for you, and yet you can say nothing about yourself, your policy, and what you're willing to do, and everything about Donald Trump. And the worst part about the entire thing, okay, if I can open my water, the worst part about the entire thing is that none of what you're saying about Donald Trump is true. You're trying to say that he's called people stupid, that he's referred to half of Americans as stupid Americans. And when they asked you if you were worried about Joe Biden and why you didn't notice or say anything about his mental capacity, the only thing you answered was, well, the American people are worried about Donald Trump. The ridiculous thing, though, is that people continue to say, well, you have a track record and an entire career behind you in politics. But if anyone does an ounce of research on you, your career is absolutely horrible. And the 4 years that Donald Trump spent as a politician in office, he was great. His track record is great. So keep his name out your mouth. Start telling the American people about what you're capable of doing, because in every single poll in the U.S., this man's beating you. He's way up there. TikTok, elections coming soon. Unless, of course, you have another way you think you're going to win it.
I mean, come on, y'all. At some point, we have to stop pretending that this is normal. Donald Trump isn't only unfit to lead, he is incapable of it. Every time he steps in front of a camera, the world sees the same damn thing that we do. His slurred speech, the lost train of thought, the confusion about people's names, dates, and places, the tantrums when he's challenged, the open hostility toward the allies. Now he's lashing out at foreign diplomats like a man who's literally lost his grip on reality, telling Australia's ambassador, Kevin Rudd, a former prime minister, I don't like you, and I probably never will. Now, that is not how presidents behave. That's how unstable people behave. And this isn't some isolated outburst, y'all. It's part of a disturbing pattern. We've seen Trump forget world leaders' names, mistake countries, confuse basic facts about the U.S. Constitution, and then contradict himself within minutes. His speeches drift off into nonsense. His interviews spiral into bitterness and paranoia. His staff leaks reports of chaos, exhaustion, and fear behind closed doors. This isn't strength, y'all. It's cognitive decline on full display. And America is actually gambling its future on it. What we are watching is a man in visible decline trying to rule through rage and denial. And if we let that continue, if we keep pretending that this is just Trump being Trump, we're not just risking the next 4 years, y'all. We're risking our democracy, our global reputation, and the safety of every American family. This isn't about party anymore. This is about reality. Donald Trump is no longer capable of leading the United States of America. And the longer we ignore it, the more dangerous it becomes.
There have been a lot more indicators that Donald Trump is significantly weaker than he appears. Let me explain. I'm an independent journalist that's been covering Donald Trump and American politics for over a decade now. I've made appearances on MSNBC, CNN, I write a best-selling Substack newsletter, and I documented every single day of Trump's first term. And since my last video on this, there's been an increasing amount of evidence indicating that Donald Trump's authoritarian imagery he's presenting is a facade for deepening political weakness. In a recent video, historian Heather Cox Richardson noted that it appears the Trump administration is increasingly becoming aware that their grip is loosening, that their weakness is mounting. And as I noted, Donald Trump is underwater on all key issues, right? Politically, we're seeing immigration, the economy, his popularity has eroded. His approval ratings have been either in the high 30s or low 40s. He is not popular. And this is important because now we've seen greater cracks and chinks in his authoritarian armor. There's a reason the Trump administration is trying so desperately to depict the No Kings protests as some paid Antifa extremist movement, right? Because they know the images of millions of Americans organically protesting on the street will highlight their deepening political weakness. And here are just some of the examples of the fractures within their own party and the defiance that is showcasing his weakness. A federal judge just struck down the Trump administration's Project 2025 layoffs, that effort to purge the federal workforce during the shutdown. We saw Pentagon reporters refuse to sign the pledge that they would have to disclose their reporting to Hegseth for approval, right? We saw almost all of them walk out and turn in their press passes. Even Fox News refused to sign the pledge. That's significant movement. We've seen several airports refusing to air Kristi Noem's video from DHS, trying to blame the shutdown on Democrats. That's also some forceful pushback. We're seeing people in the streets protesting. In Portland, Donald Trump is desperately trying to present the city as some war-ravaged city. Instead, we're seeing people in Reptar costumes twerking, right? Like, we're seeing people in inflatable costumes dancing. It's a direct protest and a direct debunking of the violent imagery he's trying to present. It's a moment of defiance that's directly pushing back on disinformation. It's actually a really important development. And again, after public pushback, Disney reinstating Jimmy Kimmel was an important move. It was another instance to show that Donald Trump is not all powerful, because all of these moves are coming from his insecurity and his weakness, because he knows his political standing and the Republican Party standing is rapidly depleting. Among the more notable indicators of Donald Trump's weakness is people like Marjorie Taylor Greene speaking out directly against the party, blaming the shutdown on Speaker Mike Johnson and Senate Majority Leader Thune, right? And overtly saying that prices have not come down, that costs remain high, that healthcare is an issue. Marjorie Taylor Greene, a former MAGA loyalist, I talked about this on MSNBC. She sees the political weakness. She sees where the winds are blowing. Republicans are down in the generic ballot, heading towards the midterm. She wants to protect herself. Even though she's in a safe seat, she's maneuvering this way. This tells me that she sees where this is headed. And if she has an eye on higher office, she knows she has to make these positioning statements in order to seek that higher office. That's an indicator of Trump weakness. Again, I know there's a lot going on. It is very scary. The Supreme Court is currently thinking about gutting the Voting Rights Act even further. There is the gerrymandering campaign. There's a lot of actual real authoritarian moves happening. There's the threatened deployments. There's the looming potential of the Insurrection Act being invoked. I get it. It's a lot. But what I want to also showcase is that Donald Trump needs to present himself as strong. The authoritarian imagery, the stuff where they were pumping out from DHS, the Chicago raids, the discussing, dehumanizing targeting of immigrants, that's all part of their way of trying to showcase and beat their chest and say they're stronger than they actually are. A big part of authoritarianism is the imagery itself. And right now we're seeing real cracks in that imagery. And I think it's notable and important to highlight. Every act of defiance matters. Every time someone says no to Trump, it matters. Every time a power or a move is struck down in the courts, it matters. It showcases that he is not the all-powerful dictator he wants to be. And every time us, the people, we protest this weekend, the No Kings protest is going to see millions of people across the country. Another example that he cannot squash the dissent unilaterally. He's trying, but he's not there yet. So I just want to offer this message of hope. I want people to keep focusing on the bigger picture here. We have been in real authoritarianism before. The Jim Crow South was an authoritarian regime, and we recovered from that. We can beat this. Journalists, activists, everyday Americans alike, political leaders have to continue to defy this administration and not give in to the propaganda that they are more powerful than they actually are. That's my reoccurring message. I think I'm going to do more videos like this. I might start a series. So remember, Trump is weaker than he appears. He's still a threat, and there's worrisome stuff happening, but you are more powerful than you realize.
Donald Trump is not a good leader. According to many schools of thought, a good leader demonstrates integrity, self-awareness, courage, respect, and compassion. They are able to communicate effectively, show gratitude, and collaborate with their team effectively.
This is Alaga from this video, and some people think all this. I don't understand how some people behave, especially all these MAGA Latinos that when they marry a white man, I mean, like it looks like all their problem is all gone. Man, my hair is growing longer and I am in severe pain. Why am I? Sorry, I am telling you this when I am supposed to be commentary. One thing I hate is my hair touching my body. And this one is touching my body. If you've noticed, my hand is always like this because I cannot bear it. Whoa. Back to the story. Some people, I don't know why or how some people are looking at what is going on and think it's okay. Now, what they want to do is use black babies to bait. Also, because when a black child or a black baby speak, you know, when it's coming from a black person, you all know how serious or how great it is. Man, can you guys cut me some slack? Because you guys be messing up from day one. The truth is that this same woman, I don't know, I think because she's married to a white man, so she thinks all her problem is solved. Maybe because, like, you know, she's a citizen already and all that. So I think some of her problems it's kind of solved, right? And what do you expect to someone that the husband is also a Republican. You have to show solidarity also. If not, I don't know what will happen. But yeah, she is really showing power to her people, to the man that rescued her from maybe living in bondage or something like that, because you are a nonsense person. The fact that everybody look for a way to point at black people or think, I don't know, but like, it doesn't make any sense. You are seeing what is going on. It's what some people do not have moral standard. That is just what I would say. And I am not a moral judge on a serious note. But what is going on today requires people to speak up. I don't care the party you are in. But if you still think that what is going on is okay, I mean, that it's your problem, not mine. On a serious note, that it's your problem, not mine. Because when people have to tell you what is wrong from what is right from what is wrong, it means you have a very long way to go. As I can see, you actually do have a very long way to go. Yeah, because what do you want me to say? So if you think I understood that the protest was just parade, but people showed all out, right? That is to tell you that people are not happy with what is going on. And if you also want to take that as people coming out to play, you have a very long way to go too. Your survivor will take a very long time. All these kind of people are the people that will sit on problems instead of standing up and solving their problems. But how do you want her to stand up and speak up when her messiah, who is a white man, is also a Republican? That is how horrible it is. So, madam, I see where you are coming from. There is no how you will speak up the truth. Even if they put on you will still stand where you are. Why? Because you were rescued. I will draw my curtain here. Bye for now.